Let's see, are we live? We are coming up, and my stream health is healthy. Yes, we are healthy. We're 10, 11 seconds in. And are we live? Yes, we're live, and yes, we're live, and this is, my children, is exactly how I went and negotiated the end of World War III. Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, as we are continuing, we are today playing the game Landmark, which I seriously wanted to have loot tab as the primary one, and I think we are ready. So yes, this is the beginning of my tower. I am going to alabaster the entire tower, and so will become my alabastered tower. Yes, it's alabastered, but the thing is, it was known originally, and its current name in the world of Landmark is Mordor, Molten Hatred. And yes, that so we want to, let's see, we want to paint with a material which I have 904 raw alabaster. Yep. So I've got some music playing in the background. I'm not sure if it's coming through on the stream or not, but if it isn't, then you'll just end up having to tolerate my singing the same way my girlfriend does. Oh, I can't cut any alabaster. Seems though I have it though. So we're going to get up on that second floor and start alabastering my tower. So at the tab, we decide that we're going to paint with alabaster, and that oh, let's see, I should probably use a larger unit. Yeah. So this will allow me to fill in some of these gaps that exist, and still get the full thickness of the wall, which should be very helpful. Because I really want this. Oh, I guess that was too many for the number of units I have. Oh yeah, it seems it doesn't go very far. So, well, that's all my alabastering for now. So, yeah. I've alabastered as much as we have alabaster. So I'm going to run, florist, run, and head in here. I think there's a turnoff here. Yes, there is. And somehow, oops, I guess it's not working the way I wanted it to. Well, why don't we try? Is that the Hollow Seeker? Yes, it is. So I am still inside the confines of my thing, so I cannot. Because I have to get to the end here. It still won't let me. I guess I am still in the confines of my. This is my claim, one of my 2 claims in the land of Landmark. And obviously, when you're inside a claim, you cannot mine or otherwise get resources. But now that I'm out, I can harvest up a storm. So there's copper that I'm currently harvesting, which is not what exactly I need, but it'll be fun because it turns out that I end up using a little bit of everything. So as I hike, and I go after this copper. Alright, I'm after you, copper. Yeah, I'm after you, copper. So, and let's see, a little more copper here. Yeah, so I ended up taking a break from developing this channel and its sister channels, mainly because I was recovering from heart surgery, and there are some people who, amidst the subscribers to this channel, that know, that I was recently in the hospital for congestive heart failure. So yeah, some would say that means my recovering from the heart surgery was not all that successful, but I beg to differ, because I've had the longest out of the hospital in my adult life in recent memory. Not my entire adult life, actually. It was 15, almost 15 and a half weeks. It was another half week, and I would have made it 4 months. I had not seen a time where I was out of the hospital for 4 months straight in decades. So it's well more than 20 years. And I am more than happy to accept the fact that for the 15 and change weeks I was out of the hospital. But it also meant I had to really focus on my recovery, and one of the things is congestive heart failure is going to now plague me the rest of my life, sadly, because, well, I retain water. I retain a great deal of water. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to get out of this hole I just dug for you. So as we continue along, I'm moving forward with the idea that this is my primary channel. Okay, this is the Illuman Arc Gaming. This is my pride and joy. This is maybe not how I expected to be in the gaming industry. I was hoping way back before video games became the industry they became, and games still came complete on cartridges. I never thought of myself working in or around the gaming industry for video games. But I surely did see myself working in the gaming industry around the print, pen and paper role-playing games. So one of the things we're going to be doing, and now that we're at that point where I'll be able to run Skype games, I'm going to be doing playtesting for the, it's really just the fact that there are very few people who can run the worlds I can create outside of my head. I even have a hard time I can express it in words within the context of a game, but I, for some reason, cannot seem to express it in a way that I can write it down and know that what I think is canon will be followed out. But then again, in the reality, it never mattered for me with what other people. It's just that I really don't like to see my worlds corrupted. I'm a little too Puritan about it because of the fact that my first game was a blistering success for anybody who actually played it. Most of the people who went to conventions like DexCon on the East Coast, and I think it's in, I want to say Middlesex, but it's not Middlesex. It's anyway, it's in New Jersey, and we all know that they realized there was light at the end of the tunnel, realized it was New Jersey, and they turned back. But that as an aside, the people who went to those gaming conventions where I was present have been very formative in Anarchist Prayer Book, which was the first game I had ever written. And though it has been written, rewritten, and overwritten, and written around and through and under so many times, I would have to say that it is nowhere near what it was, 20 years ago. We are in the process of getting ready to incorporate the LLC around Awaken Enterprises, which is my core company, which is the multimedia production company. And from there, we will be probably printing the game again when I can pull together some artwork and such. Either way, that is a project and 3/4 in and of itself. And I have been fighting like heck to really move forward with it, because it has been a first love. I remember, my mother honestly did not believe I would ever have a future making role-playing games. She didn't believe there was such a thing as possibly even having a future writing role-playing games. It's now turned into a multi-billion-dollar business, and if you link it with video games, then you've got so much more out there. I really kind of would have loved to really pursue my writing career more with it, but I had been so unhealthy that 5 years ago I honestly didn't expect to live more than another couple of months. And that was just the reality I had to deal with, was that I was going to see the end of my days, and they were not looking pleasant. So, but now I have my girl in my life. She is the reason I'm still drawing breath. And though some people would say that that's an overstatement, she knows the reality of exactly how sick I've been. She remembers seeing me in the hospital 90 to 100 days a year. And, she's gotten me down to where I think I've made 30 this entire year. So now I gotta figure out if there's an echo. Let's see. What does the live stream say? Oh wow! I didn't realize how bad my microphone was cutting through. So anyway, the audio is definitely much better than I expected it to be, and it was coming through clear. Is the my music is not playing in the back. Okay. Well, I have music playing in my ear, I just can't. I don't have it playing in the background, which is fine. I'm going to turn down screen though, because I don't need it blasting in my face when I'm trying to talk to you. So, as is the run of all things, I really have tried to pull my life together, and my girlfriend has made it very, very possible. So there may be many projects coming from my danger-addled mind. I've really always ever loved the video and role-playing game business, so I will be telling stories. There's a channel that has started that I know the first story. I haven't recorded it yet. The Faceless Storyteller will essentially be I'll be doing voiceover readings of various works of fiction, usually short pieces, so that I can get through the story in a single reading. That would be stuff like the very first is my all-time favorite. So, hold on, and this is where I have to pause out for a moment. So, give me a moment, please. Hey, bro. What's up? Okay. I'm bashed. I got nothing. Bro. Well. Anyway, I'm streaming right now, so gotta. All right. I'll catch you. Goodbye. Oh, there we go. And of course, it seems the mute button doesn't work on my headset. I have to do something about that. Anyway, so as I'm blasting along, digging up trenches in the universe, I am happily just extracting the things I want out of this little ore vein, the minerals and ores that are existing on the surface here. Though I honestly am probably going to eventually get down to where I'm going to enter a tunnel system and start really do some digging. Well, maybe I'll just dig my way down to these things because they're within 100 meters. So, and as we're continuing on, like I was saying, there's just so much that I've really struck out for, that I really wanted to do with my life, that I have the honest truth that I can no longer do, and that's it's sad because I mean some of my favorite days I got to spend is either doing executive protection, or well, when I worked as a private investigator, that was kind of fun. You know, I worked with people, did a lot of really neat and interesting things in my life. And I tried to do some neat and interesting things in my life as well. So as I continue to burrow down here to get to the ores that are deeply rooted in this little mountain, I will say that it's been a grand adventure in my life. And it's one I would never ever change. You know, I mean, there's some things I wish I could change, like getting struck by a bus. That was unpleasant. I was maximally unpleasant. But honestly, if I hadn't been struck by a bus, I might not have ever met my girlfriend. I mean, for as much as the hardship I've suffered because of it, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because if anything took her away from me, I would be, you know, fit and tied. I would not be a pleasant person to be around for losing the most important person in my life. Is my girlfriend. She stands beside me shoulder to shoulder in things that a partner always should. And, you know, she's one of those people that is not jammed up with, you know, jerks in her life. And, you know, it's... Let's see, can I drop down? Yeah, I guess I can. Hey, look at that, I'm in a tunnel of some sort. So, let's see, where are we going? Why don't I take my tunnel sounder, the ore prospector, cave seeker, that's what I want. Yeah, anyway, as I continue to journey and venture through these caves. Oh, there's a way out. Alright. Well. So that adventure was short-lived. Yes, I burrowed into the center of the mountain and found a cave to get out. So, emerald and silver ore. Silver ore is ever so kind. And, but yeah, to get the alabaster I want and whatnot, that's usually a subsurface thing, not a surface thing, so... And what do we got here? Sapphires. So, as I was saying, I mean, my girl is the most important figure in my world, and anything that would be done to disrupt her world disrupts mine. And it's not unenlightened self-interest, it's desire to keep her interests first that really keep me going, because a lot of people don't think about how they affect other people's lives. And my girl, she's always puts herself after other people, to my absolute frustration sometimes. But hey, there are worse things in the world than somebody who is not self-centered. But it's still hard to watch somebody let someone else walk on them, because they're kind-hearted enough not to just call a spade, or at least a shovel. And I have to admit that to the detriment of our relationship, there's been one thing that we can no longer do because of circumstances. When we were living in Denver, the nice thing was she would drive into work every day, and she spent an hour and a half of shield time, as she'd put it, windshield time. And if she was going to spend that much time behind the windshield, she was going to enjoy the vehicle she was in, which made sense. That was why she bought her car. She got herself a sexy little sports car. And but the thing was that I used to be able to sing to her because we had that time. We had the time to spend on each other like that. And so I would sing to her, and she would happily be sung to, and we never once thought twice about it. And everybody thought it was cute and wonderful that I did, but it was our way of spending time together. And well, lo and behold, we can no longer do that, because well, now it's 10 minutes for her to get to work, because we live up here in Montana now. But now she literally spends less than 15 minutes getting to work. So it has disrupted that habit of me singing to her each and every morning. And sadly, it has affected our relationship. I shouldn't say negatively, but just not as positively as it would have, as it would have if I had still been singing to her every morning. Because by the time I can get everything set up, even if I had it all set up, I'd barely be able to get the call through before we're talking about stuff, and then she'd already be at work. and that's a little difficult to you know, deal with when you're wanting to you know, have personal time. So I am going to try to continue to do things, but it's kind of hard. I guess I did get those because they're no longer showing up. Alright, I created this cave and I can't get out of it. There we go. Found light, found daylight. So, think you're in movies. Everything's so chic. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm listening to Cars right now. But, I think it's foolish. Look at me through. Gone crazy. All I want is you. So, yeah, anyway. In other subjects. So this is Landmark, the game. Okay, honestly, I think it's, I'd like to sometimes call it Minecraft for adults. Mainly because I spent 30 years of my life hoping to get graphics that even came close to where my imagination was. And, well, this game does it. Excuse me. So, as I struggle to take off my thermal top, because it seems that my office is warm enough now, I'm disposed of my coverage, and we're back to playing. So, this has been I actually bought the Founders Pack for this before Daybreak actually existed. Daybreak Games actually existed. Okay, so I guess I'm in the credits for the game for having been a top-level founder back when it was still Sony Online Entertainment. And I was hoping to make a career of this particular game, but it was just not to come to pass. So here we go, dig up more of that marble. Alright, boys, I'm digging ourselves some marble. And I think that's iron. No, that's not iron. Iron's blue. So anyway, here's a song that brings back some memories. The streets. In the gutter in time for the heat. Now, Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf. Well, many years ago, this is back, dear goodness, when Kiss had done Psycho Circus. So, when the Psycho Circus album came out, I was in a record store. Yes, one of those arcane caves of yore, where they actually maintained audio recordings on flat plastic discs, also known as vinyl. And the went in there, and Psycho Circus had just come out. Well, Psycho Circus was either just before or just after, and I think it was just after their quarter of a century, 25-year farewell album. Okay, it had been around a quarter of a century, they said farewell. You know, they're not the first band to say farewell and come back. They're not the first band to say farewell and come back several times. But the fact was, is they said farewell. They were going to go their own ways, or whatever they were going to do. They were going to pursue other things, including, you know, Gene eventually becoming an amazing star on TV. Yes, Family Jewels and such. So the thing was, is Psycho Circus came out, and this kid comes up to me and talks to me about, you know, the album, you know, about this great new band that just came out, man. Like, you know, and there's like Kiss, and I look at him because he's got to have fallen out from, you know, he must have entered orbit recently. And I was looking at him like, you know, he had 9 heads, telling me about how, you know, Kiss is a new band. And that's when I was shaking my head. I reached into that stack of vinyl and pulled out that 25th anniversary farewell album. I was like, you know, for one, farewell. That's usually what they say when they're leaving. 25th anniversary is usually what they have when they've got a quarter of a century in. That generally is more than most bands can do, so I don't think they're all that new. And he's like, well, man, but this is like the greatest album ever. I'm like, first, you know, and you know, you could look at all sorts of things like Kiss Unmasked and other things that were you know, better or worse or different, maybe just different. You know, you gotta remember there was an era where Kiss did disco, and one of my favorite songs by Kiss came out. I Was Made for Loving You. But anyway, so that is an aside. This kid then goes, well, how about this other man, this other new band, like, you know, Meatloaf. And he's holding the Bat Out of Hell to Back into Hell album. And I'm like, do you not understand the English language real well? Like, wait. Bat Out of Hell 2, that usually means there was a Bat Out of Hell 1. And when you're going back to something, you're usually going back to it, which means you've been there already. And that was where he shut up and jammed the record back in the stack and, you know, huffed as he walked off, as I known him to be the fool that he was. And that is one of those things that I will almost hopefully never forget, is that exactly how insanely stupid some people can be. Just like, really, you don't transact business with this language of yours very often, do you? You know? But if you listen to some language, I've heard things pronounced that say that New York is the source of Ebonics. Now, I don't personally believe it entirely to be true, but it's a funny joke when you consider the fact that I've heard quite a few guys call the George Washington Bridge the Joe Watson Bridge. Well, if you call it the George Washington Bridge, then you look at how it is on the sign. It's exactly how it is. Joe, G-E-O, Watson, because they abbreviate that, and then Bridge is B-D-G-E. How are you supposed to pronounce that? So maybe Ebonics did come from the greater New York area, but still, that's because it's just a bastardization of English. And that's what proves to me that a lot of the things where they talk about cultural drift and such, there would be nobody in 100 years, even if they're still speaking English and they're we wouldn't recognize half the words. There's so much drift just in our current usage. I mean, people can't say laughing out loud any longer. They have to, LOL. You know, and that's going to eventually just become so colloquial that it will no longer be the word. It'll become a word. Just like the word tips. You know, it used to mean to ensure promised service. Or prompt service, depending upon which definition you want to go by. But it was an acronym. They used to leave a tip on the table before they even ordered so that the server would know what they were working for. And that was a brilliant idea because, it would allow people to see, oh, okay, this guy put, dollar on the table. Well, is he a cheapskate? Well, no, he ordered a cup of coffee, and the cup of coffee's $1. Well, maybe that's your tip, and that's 100% tip. That's darn good in today's day and age. But it wasn't good in any age, honestly. But there are people who would have, my fathers used to struggle for a quarter on the table. And he would fight like heck to earn that quarter. Nowadays, this is a whole different society than he grew up with. I am so thankful that my father hasn't lived to see this current society come to pass, because this is not the country I fought to bring about. Alright, I served, and many of my friends served. I have more friends that are ex-military than I'd care to shake a stick at. And that is just a basic truth, is that, people fight to make this country what it is, and then watch it get butchered by people who have no concern or compassion for the truth, the reality that all the rest of us have to live in. So, alright, finally, I'm out of the hole I dug. Whew. There are times where I wonder about that. They're digging a hole too deep. Oh, this is probably marble too. Yep. So, anyway, now it is time for a joke. Since we are now, 38 minutes into this recording, I think it's time for a joke, and I'm going to use my favorite Little Johnny joke, which some people have had a chance to hear this past week. Actually, no, that one's posted on my channel, so we'll try another joke. Nice. Little Johnny's a good standby for me. Oh, dear goodness. So, maybe it's not joke time. Maybe this time is a joke. Ha Anyway, so we are continuing along, fighting through this lovely world, and I think we'll show you what it is like to find an underground adventure. Yes, the underground adventure. I do like the adventure portion of this particular game. It gives you a chance to explore things and, various caverns and such, and fight with various critters. And maybe you see something you like, maybe you don't, and I am all of a sudden parched. So, well, it seems that the live stream has, though it says it's going well, it's only, alright, there we go. It paused for a moment, because I guess I paused. So, we are in the frigid steppes. Now I'm gonna equip my pistols, because I can. A pale slog. Pale slog. Oh look, I found a recipe for a padded sofa. Down here in the icy wastes, I found a padded sofa. So, or at least the blueprints to one. So, we'll know. Oh, whoa, whoa. Recipe, smooth as Robinson. Now it's a place where we're super. So, let's see. We're going to fight with our little pale slough friend, or there's an abomination. Oh, so. Let's see here. Get this abomination. Alright, frozen chomper. It's a frozen chomper. We're going to try with a fire bow for a while. Oh, and look at that, another phone call. Clone fall! Nope, not answering that one right now. So, 5, and we'll bring about our Hollow Seeker, which tells me where... Yes, this was Alabaster. More Alabaster! Can't have enough. I want to ever finish that. What's this? It's probably not Alabaster. Yeah, unfortunate. No, it's silver. So, we have acquired some. To you. So, dig my way down to this either silver or alabaster deposit. It would be nice if it was alabaster. If it's not, it's not. As we pop out in front of the chomper. It's diamond, huh? So we're going to play with this chomper and fire off that power slab right there. There we go. And now we're going to get back to digging at that diamond, I think. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Really? Let me pull my pistols on you? I see how you are, and I'm fighting mood. Oh, look at that, it knocked me back. Excuse me. So, yeah, on top of getting back to from congestive heart failure, I'm also dealing with the fact that I was also have two, not one, but two viral colds fighting each other for the right to beat me up. And also been told I also have a third problem going not quite my way, but that's okay. So, where do we head? Are we on a head down, I think? Deeper and deeper into the cavernous expanse. Ah, obsidian, yes. Is that obsidian? Yes, it is. Used to need to know where I go. Oh, look at that. They're gonna fight me and I'm trying to mine here. I'm trying to mine here. I guess you guys just don't understand, huh? Yeah. Huh. Well, since we are doing badly with fossils, yeah. And another down, huh? Actually, it's more like an across. And I can do this before I die. There we go. Oops. Oh, really? I'll have to revive here. Oops. I really don't want to go hunting all the way back down this way. We got him cornered in a little spot. Alrighty, and I think that's ruby, so we're gonna harvest, harvest, harvest. Ruby, yes. Now, let's see, the common materials like stone and dirt, sand and ice and water don't have to be harvested, it seems, anymore. It used to in the early game, back when the game first started, you used to have to harvest copper just to pay for your claim, which then they decided they didn't want to start a copper mining industry. This is really funny because if you could have sold it, that would have actually been worth it for some people who just mine copper. Never felt so good, never felt so right. We're glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Come on. Oh, tight. Oh, tight. Let's see, down this way. Works. Let's see. So let's engage with our lovely little abomination here. There we go. There you are. Here you go, and there you are. You are gone. We were barely 17. We were barely dressed. Come along and have some fun. Oh, you know it. Run. Alright. Never felt so right. Oh, I'm not the man around me, here's my life. Oh, I'm not the man around me, here's my life. I'm tired. Alright. Let's see, so if I hook up there, that will help. Alright. In the deep dark, paradise by the dashboard light. Do what you can, let Mother Nature do the rest. Ain't no doubt about it, we're double blessed. We're barely 17. So anyway, I guess we are progressing this way. We're progressing forwards in a backwards manner. Yeah. Alrighty, so we're continuing on through this. Oops. So, alright. And, an abomination. Abomination is trying to get away. So, I think that's iron and obsidian, so I don't want those. Yeah, gotta know right now. Go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? So anyway, as we progress forward in our backwards direction, yes, obsidian, yay! As I'm looking through that empty spot in my head. So. Oh, yeah, let's see, and there we go. It would make me laugh. No, right now. The tear that we are loving forever. I guess this is where I have to jump and bounce real quick to handle some offline business. And while I'm doing that, I will bring it out to you that I would love for you to like or subscribe. Feel free to comment. I would love to know what you're thinking. If you want to see me play a game, please let me know, because that is one of the ways I know what channel's going to end up running what. Reason being is because though the Illuminati Gaming channel will be running mostly my actual gaming, there's Thin the Horde, which is my focus on I focus on the orc slaying or zombie slaying. And bad strategy and tactics, it's by actual design, strategy and tactics, is basically, it's all of my Civilization, Galactic Civilizations 3, you know, and such, because that is how I like to spend a great deal of my time, is gaming. The other reason is because I really don't have the options for many other things nowadays, so what I do is I'll game because I really don't have much of another choices. I can't lift the way I used to, I can't haul the way I used to, I can't do a great number of things the way I used to, so I resort to doing the one thing I'm good at, which is gaming. And I have to say that even that, some would say I'm marginally good, not even very good at it, which is fine, because that's an opinion, and opinions are like bumholes. Everybody's got one, and some of them stink. So, I'm gonna smelt some metals together. As we bounce along and do our thing, I hope to say that you all have a fine, wonderful, and dandy day. I will probably be back in about 20 minutes, testing out something else that will be playing on this channel. I will be direct live streaming to one of my channels every weekday, for the next couple of weeks, until we know where we stand on what kind of content everybody would like to see. I have some jokes written out that I do need to put on the comedy slot for my channel. I have a lot of different games. You can also check out my blogger page, which is where I will set up most of the channel lineup. I will be on this channel streaming every weekday, hopefully from 1 to 3 every weekday. I know it's 2:39, but unfortunately I'm fighting back a major headache, so I'm gonna try to subdue it with a club, and while I'm doing that, I will be bringing up probably the next game I'm going to be playing, which I'm not entirely sure. Because see, I'm not recording this particular run. This was direct streamed to my channel. I believe I got all my titling right finally. Yay! Maybe I got my head to hear a popping sound this morning and pulled my head out my butt. So I'm going to craft up these materials while I can. These more basic materials are the ones I could farm up. Alright, that's all of those, so don't have a need for any of that. And at that, oh yes, I want to repair all of my stuff. Repair all is 19 lumen, and I have 1675. Yeah, I think I'll so don't have any items that need to be repaired, and that we are out. And I can say at this point, peace out for today, peace out for tomorrow, peace out to you always, my luminaries and Mysterians. Keep it bright, keep that bright light coming forth. You Mysterians, come on, search out those mysteries. Bring them forth into the light so we can all see what lurks in the darkness. And with that, I can say I'm the Illuminarch. Love out to you always. Peace out to you always. And with that, peace out.